What up, guys? Welcome back to your new favorite podcast. I'm Skylar. I got my boy Daniel over here.
Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back.
Today's topic is going to be around acceptance. You know, accepting your wins, your failures. You know, everything that encompasses in our lives. You know, accepting sometimes that things are not going to go our way. And as of trying to set up cameras, trying to set up this podcast and not recording. Sometimes you just have to accept, that it's going to take a lot longer to start up.
Yeah.
Than we did, because we were going consistency. When you drop that consistency, like we said before, sometimes you have to recalibrate, get things back together, because then you forget how to do certain things. So I'm glad that we're back. I'm glad you're back from vacation. I'm glad that we can sit down and talk again and hopefully reach some more people.
Yeah.
So since you just came back from your trip and everything like that, how did you feel? Was there any acceptance of and gratitude and all of that when you were there? Did you have moments where you're just this is just fucking amazing and stuff like that? Did you have any of those thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I wanted to have acceptance or gratitude be today's topic was because of that. This Mexico City trip was different compared to others, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, I was in Hawaii and then went to Canada, but this Mexico one hit different. Not because I'm Mexican and obviously I'm in my homeland, right? Like my motherland, but just what I've experienced out there was different, and this time it made me think of all those trips that I started thinking. I went back to Hawaii, I went back to fucking Canada, and even the Baguio trip that we took, I just started to kind of feel so grateful, accepting everything that I've been, even the good, like you said, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Because without the bad, there's no good in a way, if you don't learn from your failures, then you're never gonna grow, kind of thing, But yeah, man, I was super grateful being out there, especially Mexico. I don't know if it's a third world, second world country. So, seeing people that were there, the activities that I did, some people were excited being there, and I was just I just want to experience it, But seeing them made me fuck, dude, these people waited their whole lifetime to do this type of activities, and I'm just just different shit, dude, that made me accept and be grateful for everything.
Yeah, I think that happens every single time. I think I go to Mexico as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have that same feeling, every time we go to a different country and we just see some people the struggles, and we're damn, we really do have it so good. And you kind of have to start accepting is my life really that bad? Is everything I'm going through really that serious? Is everything that's happening to me is it bad or is it good, or is it for a reason? Is it a learning lesson, right? So I think that's why we have to take those vacations. I believe we said on one of our other episodes is take those vacations, take that time off, because that's when you feel that gratitude, because you have a whole week where you don't have to worry about your 9 to 5. You don't have to worry about your freaking daily life. You're not thinking about that shit. You're literally just fucking hell yeah, I'm out here living the dream. You wake up when you want, even though if you want to still wake up early, but you wake up and you're just you have no stress because you're on, vacation mode. You're going to go eat, you're going to relax, you're going to sightsee, you're going to see all this stuff. So out of the whole entire week, what was your highest moment? And if you did have a low one, what would be, or did you have a low moment?
I'll start with my low. My low moment was I went in thinking I'm going to work out every fucking day, But if you, when you travel, especially if you go to main cities, you're walking a shit ton, bro. We walked 9 miles a day. I don't know how many steps. So I was just dead at the end of the day, you know? And I was waking up early still. I was doing my journal. I was, doing my prayers, meditation. But I wasn't working out as going to the gym. Yeah. So, I mean, that was my low moment because, I miss fucking lifting weights and just that gym feeling you get. But then I was okay, maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but I'm actually walking. So technically that's my exercise. But either way, it wasn't the same. Yeah. So now after I came back, first thing I did was went to the gym and, I felt good being back. But even though it was a week off, it's kind of like, you know, you feel it off, kind of like you said, you know, like the consistency was there, and then I stopped for a week. It feels weird, like, I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Yeah. So that was my low moment. My highest was just pretty much everything, bro. Like everything I did, like the places I went, the activities we did, it was just like really fucking like eye opening, right? Like again, meeting new people out there, like cool people from all over the world, and just seeing like people from Mexico being there because they wanted to be there, and they saved, like, you know, that was their like goal, to be in those places that I went to, and just seeing their true happiness was like rewarding, was one of my highest moments. Even though, like, yeah, maybe I had a shitty day, but just seeing those people who have less than us Americans is something that you cannot explain until you see it, you know? Yeah. And that brings us back to like accepting what we have here, you know? Sometimes I think we mentioned in other podcasts where we say like, okay, well, we're not happy with what we have because we're seeing other people, we're comparing our life to other people who are higher up, I guess. And then taking this trip, it's kind of like, damn, like, fuck, you know, like we could be in we could have so much less, or we could be living in Mexico, or living in a third world country. So we got to be grateful that we're here in America. We got to be grateful with what we have, even if it's not what you want yet, or it's not what you dream of. But as long as you're working towards it, it'll be rewarding, you know?
We're pretty much blessed, and we just forget it sometimes. So it's always good to be humbled. No, I'm super happy that you had that experience, and that you were able to kind of like, you know, again, ground yourself with everything, and remember, you know, you were born in Mexico, and like it brings you back to your roots, and then like, you know, it just gives you a whole different feeling that probably like I would feel if I left America for so long and tried to come back. Maybe, I don't know, but it would be if like America was, I guess, poor in that sense, right? But I think to your points of like being grateful, their acceptance, that's when you feel that's like gratitude of like how much stuff we actually have, and we have to accept like, damn, we made it this far, so we have to accept our wins, in any shape or form they come. And you know, and we can talk about that right now, is just like how many wins we have throughout the year. It's basically like, how many goals did you set yourself up this year? How many did you accomplish? You know? And for me, I wanted to move this year. I moved this year. I wanted to start working out again. I started working out again, you know? And once I was starting to accept that, you know, it's in time. It happens when it's going to happen. You just know it's going to, like, you have that faith that's coming back. And I love that feeling of knowing that it's, you know, we're in November right now, dude. And I fucking like, I did everything I said I was going to do. There's nothing that I haven't accomplished that I said I wasn't going to do when it comes to money. You know, yes, I want so much more money. Of course. But like, let's say my 9 to 5 or whatever, and I ask for a certain amount, then they'll give it to me. You know, that's a goal. And I know, and like, that it's coming. It's here. I have faith. It's coming. But I'm so grateful that I was able to do all the things that I said I was going to do this year. And that's even with the lows that I've had, you know, the lows of, you know, overspending on a lot of things that we didn't need, that we thought we needed was necessities, but not really, you know. That's where I'm at right now. Kind of like this weird point where I'm just like, okay, do I really need this? No. But again, it's just it goes back to, like you said, just accepting where we are and know that in the future, we're going to be so much further. Yeah,
no, definitely, dude. And we just have to like be grateful for it, like you said, the ups and downs, and be patient too. You know, it's like a 6-pack, right? We all want a 6-pack next week or in 3 months, but it's gonna take a while. You know, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do to get there, things will come. You know, like now, like seeing everyone, or just like going back. Like you said, you know, we're in November now, thinking back of what I've done or what I've accomplished. It's crazy because I never thought I would be doing what I did, or I never thought I would be here, you know, or doing this with you, or what I'm doing outside of this. So it's just, as long as you have your goals and plan it out and be patient and consistency, then everything else will fall into place. Now it's not even like I don't want to rush things anymore, you know? Like, I'm not even thinking, even though sometimes we do tend to like, fuck, I want to get this, or I want to, but now, like, you just gotta take it relax, you know, take a chill pill, and then keep working towards your goal, and it will eventually come.
Yeah, I want to start with like after everything we just said and like really thinking and taking it all in. I want to like say like 3 things that we're grateful for because sometimes we forget those in our affirmations. Well, not for me, but I know in our affirmations we do it. But maybe for other people they have the same things that they didn't know that they're grateful for. Or you start with things that are small, and then we move to bigger things. So I'm grateful for like when it comes to small things, the first things I'm always grateful for is my health. I'm healthy. I'm I'm a healthy individual. I'm thankful for that every single day. I'm grateful for waking up every morning. Some people are, with everything going on in the world right now, some people are not waking up the next day. It's, how does it sound? It's just, that's one of those things too. You got to be grateful that you're waking up every day. That you have a roof over your head, that you have a meal inside your stomach. Those are the...
You have a bed to sleep on, dude.
Dude,
like...
that alone in itself, it can freaking just make you feel a whole type of way. Like when I was younger, when I was poor enough that maybe I didn't have a bed and stuff like that, or a roof over my head, or whatever. But certain things like that, like I'm so grateful. As I get older too, I think it comes with being adulting. But sometimes, I don't know about you, I get in my bed, I'm like, oh, I love my fucking bed. Yes, like I'm so thankful I'm in my bed. I always say like, I love you, bed.
I don't say that to my bed, but that's one of the things I do right. Like I have a bed to sleep on, bro. Because nowadays we're starting to see more like homeless people, more people in the streets, and I mean they're sleeping on the floor. Like I tell my house, there's a bus stop, and there's always a lady sitting there, bro. Like she's all covered up with blankets and shit. Like that sucks. That could be my mom, that could be my grandma, like because she's an older lady, bro. And yeah, dude, I'm just grateful to have a bed, a nice comfy bed, and just for, like you said, grateful for the smallest things, like fucking protein shake,
Yep.
And even if you could afford snacks and buy snacks, then that's something you should be grateful for, because there's people that wish they had your leftovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That alone, that I love that you just said that. People are grateful for leftovers. Like they wish they even had that meal. Like I kind of sometimes feel guilty when I throw away food. That when I'm not finished with it, I'm like, damn, do I really want to throw this away? I try to save it, but then if it's 2 bites, I'm not gonna save it. I'm gonna be real.
Of course, like something that is worth saving.
You're like to us, you're like, damn, someone's hungry right now, and I don't want to eat this, but I don't want to overeat either. So I'm trying to monetize or monitor like the amount of intake of food I make, so that I can make sure I eat it all. So now I'm doing I'm doing handfuls, like I do like, if I'm making pasta, it's like 6 pasta, like it's like 1 handful of that, whatever. If you do handfuls, you notice like you can get full off of that. You don't need 2 handfuls of everything. That's overeating and stuff like that.
No, yeah, I mean, if you measure everything, then that's what I do with my meals, like my meal prep. So I just measure everything, and I always end up finishing my meal. So
then you don't feel that guilt of
I never have leftover, or if I do, it's maybe like a little bit of broccoli or rice, but it's never like to the point where like I'm feeling guilty.
Yeah.
And going back to the gratitude stuff, like there was my mentor did say, like, we just want to make sure, because like we're grateful for everything that we're doing, because there's other people that wish they had the life we have.
Yeah.
Like we might be unhappy with the 9 to 5, but there's people that wish they had the 9 to 5.
Yeah, that it comes back to, again, gratefulness. Like you have to, we've made it so far like in our lives that we could be somewhere else. We made the right thing. Thankfully, I think that we made the right choices in life where we're going in the right direction. And some people make the wrong choices and then regret that later on in life. So I am thankful for that alone. And that's what comes, like, it also brings in the acceptance. I accept where I am because I know I worked my ass off to get here. And same with you. We work so hard, and we're going to continue to work hard so that we can make it to our goals and be grateful even 10 times more. Like, damn, now I made it here and here and here. And it's beautiful. It honestly is just so beautiful, man. I just fucking love it.
And also grateful and thankful that our mistakes didn't cause any major changes in our lives. Our mistakes didn't got us to prison, didn't get us killed, didn't get our loved ones hurt, because there's people out there. I personally have an uncle who's locked up, and his mistakes got him there, so I'm also grateful that whatever mistakes that we made were actually to be better, and we never got to a point where a life was put in danger or taken away, or our freedom was taken away. So
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, like if you start when you start comparing to like other parts of our families, you know, on both sides of for us, it's just like damn, like you know, I feel like I am one of a million of my family only because my family's so crazy. There's so much shit, and I don't even have a big family, but we're all just fucking crazy. I don't even like for some reason we just all grew up fucking just with this crazy mentality, like you know, like and it makes me laugh because I think that's why I relate so much to like you guys to you. And to other people like the Hispanic culture is because we grind so hard, but we're also crazy. Like all the crazy stuff we could have got ourselves into and that we did, and then like thankfully we made it out, dude. Because damn, there's some crazy ones in there.
And even now I look back, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I did this while I was fucking drunk as fuck. I can't believe I did this because of, you know, like now I'm just like, every time I think about all the mistakes that I made, I'm just like, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to be here and continue with my plan, you know. So whatever you're going through or whatever you've done, like just take a moment, like analyze and be grateful, because it could have been 10 times worse, right? Like if you were drinking and driving, you could have crashed, you could have gotten a DUI, you could have been locked up, you know. So but you're still here and we're still here, so just take a moment, be grateful for that, and work towards this goal and keep going.
Well, I'm glad that there's Ubers and Lyfts now, because back in the day, most people were getting DUIs and stuff because there didn't exist. Now everyone uses Uber and Lyft like it's freaking like recreational. So I am thankful that exists now, because if we choose to drink and stuff like that, we don't ever have to take that risk, and I don't think anybody should take that risk. You know, taking the risk is driving is putting yourself at risk or others, and then that's your left turn where you go to jail. You know, like. Not you can take a life or you can take your own, and how many people are gonna hurt, you know? So those are the moments that we're grateful for, is that we're here, and that we've basically gone through all of this and we've learned from it. And it's just, you know, I think it comes with our age as well. Like, you know, as we get older, we're just like, we think back a little bit more. We have that, we're like, damn, like that, we were lucky, like, and we comprehend it. For the younger crowd, if you guys are watching this or anything like that, like I think as young people, we don't really think. We're just like, let's go drink, let's go do this, and we don't really think about the consequences at all, like zero consequences. Because I don't think I ever thought about that. I was just like, I don't give a shit. Like, and it didn't come until later on in the years. And honestly, mid 20s, late 20s, I was just like, if I do this, this will happen. And it's, and I'm glad that I'm hoping that most people are like having that thought process now. Like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. You know, the kids these days, we don't know. But I hope that they're like, you know, they're more aware of we can help make those kids more aware. Like, you know, your actions have consequences.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely do it. And hopefully the young people, like all ages people are watching this, you know, but if all young people are watching this, they think about it, right? They hear us, and they know that whatever they do, there's always a consequence on their actions. So just make sure you're being aware of what you're doing. And I always tell my sister, like, think about my little sister, right? Because she's right now playing flag football, and I always tell her, like, okay, think ahead of the game, right? Like, that's how you become a little better. Like, that's what you become wiser, thinking 2 steps in front of the play. Like, if we're gonna do play A, think about, I could run left or right, but if I run right, there's a fast defense over here, and left there's a slower defense. So what am I gonna do? You know, just think before the play even starts, so you're already 2-3 steps ahead of the game. So same thing, whatever thing you're gonna do, whatever action you're gonna make, think about like what could go wrong and what could go right. And if the wrong it's greater than the right, then obviously don't you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. Just move on. And just double think of what you're gonna do. I call it like critical thinking, right? Like once some shit's going on, like think
as a parent. If you're a younger kid, think as like if you were a parent and that was your child, if you can, because that would help you. I mean, in the instance, maybe it doesn't work, but like if you have that moment to kind of think, like you said, and you step back and you just like, and you can see what's going on. That, like, let's say you're at a party or something like that, and you see something unfolding that doesn't seem safe. Hopefully you can say, okay, I don't want to put myself into that, I'm just gonna leave. Or something of that nature, right? That critical thinking.
That's right. So you always think ahead of the game, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, like you were saying, Daniel, and to bring everything full circle is, you know, be grateful, accept where you are because you know that you're where you're supposed to be. You know, be grateful for the small things. You know, think a little bit about your choices in life. All those things, right? So, I'm thankful for having this. Like, you know, we had this conversation. We're back at this again. And to our viewers and everything, think about some of those things that you're going through. Accept that it's okay to be here now and that you're moving to the right direction. It's okay, you know. Be grateful for the small things, and when you get those big things, you know, it's gonna feel 10 times even more like great. Like you're gonna feel that gratefulness.
Yeah, just enjoy the process and be grateful with the small wins, right? Because at the end of the day, a win is a win, regardless if it's accomplishing a big task or just waking up at 5 in the morning.
Yep. And like always, guys, like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks. Peace.